And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Minnesota Twins. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll here. And on the hill, Bailey Ober.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
And now for the Jays, George Springer. Oh, great stop. The throw on the money. Nice play.
Well, this is obviously a tremendous play, but for me, it starts with a well broken in glove. To have the confidence to go down, knowing that ball is going to be right in the pocket, so you've got a clean transfer, pop back up to the feet, and fire across the diamond. Outstanding job.
Jesus Sanchez digs in now. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside. One down, base is empty. Just misses with that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And another ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
3-2. And that's ball 4.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
Ober throws over, and he's back in safely. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Larnach tracks it down for the out. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, I think the key, though, and the reason why he gives up those homers is that guys are locking in, they're aggressive, and they have a high confidence level. So I think if that's the approach these hitters take, with the stuff he's got there on the mound, yeah, there's a good chance that there'll be some balls that fly a long way. But you can't get too big in your swing, otherwise you'll be really frustrated after this one.
Here comes the 0-1. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. Sanchez off of first with 2 away. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That is the inning. Blue Jays held in check. And now the Twins will go to work on offense. We've got no score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back at Target Field, today's starting pitcher, Kevin Gausman.
4-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Byron Buxton, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Righty to the plate. Pitch misses. 2-1. Kevin Gosman hails from Colorado, but he played his college ball at LSU. He was the 4th overall pick in the 2012 draft, made his debut at 22 years old in 2013, and he has gotten himself through a lot. On a line, base hit. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Here's Trevor Larnach. That misses. Ball 1.
Yeah, and coming through the minor leagues, he was expected to be the #1 starter for the Baltimore Orioles and never quite lived up to that billing, but continued to fight ups and downs, persevered, and after 2 free agent deals, he finally became an all-star.
Next pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-1. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike. Runner at second, nobody out. And a foul ball. Two now. Got him. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Ryan Jeffers at the plate. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. And the pitch. And there's a foul ball. Good eye right there.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
Here's a 1-2. Now one missed. Runner at second here, one gone. Off the plate inside, and the count's full. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Josh Bell at the plate now. First offering misses the mark.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
One out. Runners at first and second. Next offering is in for a strike. Here comes a pitch. Bell puts it in the air out towards left center. Varsho makes the catch. Runner tags at second. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. Tag safe. And it's 1-0.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
And here is James Outman.
Oh, that's high.
First pitch just misses. And downstairs. And it's through for a hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They've had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Cody Clemens, the next to hit, takes outside.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
And a pitch.
Nope.
Good eye right there. Number 15 in the on-deck circle for the Twins. Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1. Swing and a miss. And here it comes. And that one hammered. That's back there. And gone. An absolute blast to left. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0.
There was a fastball down the middle. I don't think the hitter recognized the pitch, but once he did, was quick enough to get it in play with some authority. We got that up and out of here.
So 2 away with nobody on. And next for Minnesota, number 15. Line to second, snagged on the bounce. Clement over to first. Third out, that ends the frame. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3 coming right here on the 3-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back in Minnesota, new inning getting started. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. That one is absolutely belted. Bangs off the wall. And that's a double.
He was all over that one. I'll tell you, man, it's such a good feeling when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that. I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
So man aboard. And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Good contact guy, good defender. Ball 1 there. The 1-0. And a big swing and a miss.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
The pitch. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Varsho leads off second with nobody out. Next pitch misses. It's 2-2.
It's a good take.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one down. Nathan Lukes next up for the Blue Jays. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. One out and a runner at second. Bounce to the right side. 2 away. Here's Andres Jimenez. And that's in there for strike one. Left-hand batter waits. On the ground. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And that's the third out. One left for Toronto. They're down 4-0. Back here at the ballpark, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now, Brooks lead. Gosman back to work. 0-1. And the right-hander deals. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Makes the grab, and there's one away. Here's Royce Lewis. That misses. Ball one. The pitch. Foul ball there. And the righty deals. That misses the zone. Ball two. In the air, right field. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 down.
The center fielder, number 25. Byron.
Here's Byron Buxton. And first offering is fouled off. Righty delivers. Off the mark there. 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And strike 2.
This strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Started after the 1-2 pitch. Appeal to first. No swing. Eric Summerskill with the call. Two outs. And that one upstairs.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Right-hander kick steals. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Grinding AB right here. About to see pitch number 10. He goes down looking. Nothing doing here for the Twins, but they lead it 4-0. Welcome back. And now, Brandon Valenzuela. The wind of the pitch. Just missed. Valenzuela goes 6'1", 22 years old. And he's a native of Mexico. The wind and the pitch. That one's in there. Strike one. The next offering misses. 2-1. And that one pulled foul. The wind of the pitch. Line drive. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down. Here's George Springer. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Ball one low. George Springer, a Connecticut native. In fact, played his college ball at UConn. First round pick by the Astros in 2011. And he helped lead the Astros to the World Series in 2017. And there's the strike.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete, and his signing was the turning point in the Houston Astros organization to become a winning franchise. And you remember that magazine cover back in 2014 predicting the Astros to win the World Series in 2017, and it came true.
So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Ball one, no strike.
Springer, the base runner at first with one out. Swung on, belted. That's back there. And it hits the top of the wall. The relay. And he's in there as a run scores.
Comes through with the RBI.
Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Fly to left his first time up. Ball one, no strikes.
Count 1-0.
And a pitch. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Next offering misses down and away.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Popped up. Number 15 drifts towards it, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Kazuo Oka next up for the Blue Jays. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. It's 0-1. Two outs and one in scoring position. Swing and a miss. That is strike two.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
The pitch. That's inside. And a base hit. Sanchez coming home. Throw is offline, and he scores. It's 4-2.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Man at first, Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Looked like it was a little bit up. Varsho in his 3rd season, hitting 5th in today's lineup. A former first-round pick back in 2017. Next pitch is downstairs.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at-bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now it's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Into center. That gets down for a hit. Around third. He's safe.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. When you flare a ball out behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to. And you're never trying to do that as a hitter. But when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Now here is Nathan Lukes. Not close with that one. And that is ball 1. First and second, 2 down. Next pitch off the plate, and the count is 2-0. Kicks and fires. And that one wrapped foul.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
At the belt and fires. And that one fouled off. That's out to center field. A dive, and he can't haul it in. 1 runs in. Runner around third. He scores as well. And it's now 5-4.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So 2 down, and the batter will be the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. That one fouled off. 0-1. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Goes down looking. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Blue Jays. Back at target field, here's the left fielder, Trevor Larnach. And a pitch. And that one off the outside edge.
Well, these Twins doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Next offering is fouled back. Righty to the plate, and it's even up.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Left-hand hitter waits. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Well, that was a really good job setting him up right there. Pitcher and catcher working together to finish him off with a fastball. And even though the location probably wasn't what he wanted, the sequence is what got the job done. Clearly late with the swing after seeing the off-speed stuff on the pitch before.
Jeffers stands in now, looks at that one inside. A walk and a run scored his first time. The pitch. Right down the chute, and it's 1-1.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
And here it comes.
So far, all we've seen in this at bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
And a ball and 2 strikes. And there's a ball. That just misses. Counts full, 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. That misses off the outside edge. Jeffers at first, 1 gone. Fought off foul. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2. Double play ball to second. There's 1. And that's 2. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Twins 4. And welcome back as we go to the top of the 4th. Here's the Toronto catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these Blue Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the starter work really hard out there.
And a base hit up the middle. So the lineup flips over. And now the DH, George Springer, 1 for 2. In there for strike one.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
Nobody out, runner at first. Strike two.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
Gosh, here it is, hit it. 3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Swings through that one, 0-1. And a foul ball. And the 0-2. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one ripped, but foul. Here's the 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Blue Jays held in check as they hold on to a 5-4 lead. Back in Minnesota, and now the right fielder, James Outman. Gosman back to work, and immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swings through that one.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
0-2 now. Stays alive. This is off the inside, and it's 1-2.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
Here comes a pitch. And that's downstairs and outside. And now it's filled up. That to right. And there's one down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
So digging in, Cody Clemens. He had a big 3-run homer at his first trip. That's in there. That's strike one. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Kicks and deals. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Next offering misses, and a count 1-2.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these guys are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Down the line towards the corner. Lukes. He ranges to his right. He's got it. 2 away now. Here's the second baseman, number 15. That one's in there, 0-1. The pitch. Check swing, went around. 0-2 now. And a pitch. Fights it off. You'll see another. Two down, nobody on. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Now fly ball to right center. Varsho moving under it. Brings it in for the third out. Twins retired in short order. They trail it 5-4. Back here at the ballpark, ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the third baseman, Kazuo Oka. That pitch in for a strike. 0-1.
Well, these Jays showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say they've only chased at pitches outside the zone a little more than 10% of the time, which is excellent.
In the air on the infield. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
So those numbers I just mentioned tell me they've been really smart at the plate. They're feasting on the healthy stuff and avoiding the junk. Kind of sounds like your diet, Boo.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. That's in there. Strike one. Oh, and 1 now.
Ball 1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
That one finds the corner. 1-2.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
That one is hammered right field. Way back there. And that ball is gone. A solo shot. And they add a run. It's 6-4.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 1 out, nobody on. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. In for a strike, and it's 0-1. And the right-hander deals. And a swing and a miss there. Minnesota's bullpen with some action. Eric Orrs warming up for manager Rocco Baldelli. Rojas, a left-hander, also throwing. The 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Next to hit, Nathan Lukes. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Now here is Andres Jimenez. Left-hand batter waits. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. Lukes, the runner at first with 2 gone. On the ground, right side. They get the force. That ends the frame. Toronto extends the lead on the solo shot. It's a 2-run lead now at 6-4. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the shortstop, Brooks Lee. The right-hander back to work. And there's the strike.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
The pitch. Misses off the inside. And the count even 1-1. Movement in the bullpen. Mason Flaherty appears to be getting loose. Nance warming up as well. That hits the dirt, and it's 2-1. Good eye right there.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Right-hander kicks, deals. He swings and fouls one off. And he hits a ground ball right side. Tosses to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Royce Lewis will hit next. Flied to right his first time. And a foul ball. Pitch misses, and it's a ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
just missed. The pitch. There's a strike. Stays alive. And he deals. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And the pitch. Just missed. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Really good battle right there, and that final pitch probably could have gone either way. He was hoping he'd get ball 4. Instead, the umpire rings him up for the backwards K.
And now for the Twins, Byron Buxton. First pitch, and he just misses. Two outs. That's a little bit low.
Here in the 5th inning, and here he is about to throw his 100th pitch. Man, he's really had to grind through to get to this point.
And he grounds one to the right side. Fires over to Guerrero. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for him there. 5 innings complete. It's the Blue Jays 6 and the Twins 4. Coming out of the bullpen for the Twins, Eric Orrs.
Power slider guy, Boog. He throws it hard and gets a lot of late movement, so it's tough to pick up.
Number 19, Eric.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. And a pitch. That one missed. Orrs, the tall righty. He features a splitter, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. And a pitch. Liner snagged at first. Back to the top of the lineup, and the batter is George Springer. 1 for 3. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Chris, one of the things that's really cool about George Springer's story is what he has overcome. As a kid, he had a lot of anxiety, and he had a stutter. And he's a guy now that speaks publicly and does so marvelously and is a great spokesperson for young people who struggle with stuttering.
Yeah, the Stuttering Association for the Young, SAY is the acronym, and George Springer doing a great job representing that organization.
Right-handed reliever. Swings and misses. And the count is 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. Now the number 2 hitter, Jesus Sanchez.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
And first offering is fouled off. Sanchez goes 6 feet 3 inches, 25 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one. That one in the dirt, and that's ball 1. At the belt and fires. That one blasted deep to right. That's back there. And it's gone. He circles the bases, and they add a run. It's 7-4.
He throws a pretty hard slider, but when it doesn't break, it's just like a good fastball to hit. And right there, eyes got big, hit that ball really hard, and now he's getting high fives in the dugout.
2 outs, base is empty. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
And he takes a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Tosses to first, and Guerrero is set down. That's the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 7-4 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. New pitcher now for the Jays, Mason Flaherty.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think that's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And now for the Twins, Trevor Larnach, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The pitch. Up and in, 1-0. Kicks and fires. Good eye right there.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
And now the lefty. And now 2 balls and a strike. The pitch. That one fouled off. 2-2. And here it comes. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Sanchez gets under it and makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for Minnesota, the catcher,
Ryan Jeffers now at the plate. In there, and it's 0-1. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss as he was out front. And that just misses. The pitch. Jeffers tries to hold up, appeal to first, no swing. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next offering is down low. Full count now. The pitch. In the air out towards right center. Varsho racing over to make the catch.
Now batter, the designated hitter.
Here's Josh Bell. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Two down, nobody on. Fouled off. He was late. Here's the 0-2. And down on strikes he goes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing doing here this half. We're through 6 full. Blue Jays 7 and the Twins 4. Back at target field. Now the third baseman, Kazuo Oka. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Righty to the plate. Off the mark there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Righty delivers. Battling here as he fouls it away. Outside. The 2-2 on the way. Gets a piece and stays alive. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Ground ball right side. Clemens takes it to the bag. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. He's already homered in this game. First offering misses the mark. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Breaking ball through there for a strike. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And a pitch. Line drive, caught.
Made a bid for a nice opposite field double down the line. Beautiful swing, but nothing you can do about the result. Third basemen are just used to handling hot shots like that.
At the plate, Ernie Clement. First offering, and it just misses. And a strike in there.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
And that one hit to first, and it goes just foul. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And now the count is even.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that is that. Down in order go the Blue Jays. They hold a 7-4 lead. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tommy Nance.
Number 45, Tommy Nance.
And now for the Twins, James Outman. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And a pitch. And ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Right-hander kicks, deals, and it's fouled away. Next offering way off the plate. And that's outside.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And he walked him. Cody Clemens, the next Twin up to hit. He's already homered here in this one. There's the strike.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Runner at first with no outs here. Not even close there. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Here comes a pitch. That one 95 to finish him off. Now it's the second baseman, number 15. First offering misses badly for ball one. And the pitch. That one's in there, and that's strike one. Ground ball left side, could be two. On to second, they get one, and that's two. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Eighth inning coming up. Blue Jays 7 and the Twins 4. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Anthony Banda.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now the left fielder, Nathan Lukes. Outfield playing pretty shallow. And he deals. And that's down and away. Swinging a foul straight back. At the belt and fires. And a count 1-2. Lukes checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Did not go. 2-2 to the right side. And that chance handled. On to first. One up, one down. And now the shortstop, Andres Jimenez. And that's outside. And a pitch. And downstairs, some movement in the Twins bullpen. Rojas up and loosening in the pen. Two-0. And fouled off. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air out to center. Hauls it in for the out. Here's the Toronto catcher, Brandon Valenzuela. And that's in there for strike one. Tied him up inside with that one.
Big time GM right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Foul ball, still 0-2. The pitch. Towards first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. Last half of the eighth coming up. Blue Jays 7 and the Twins 4. Out of the bullpen for the Jays, Jeff Hoffman.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Brooks Lee. And here it comes. In for a strike. It's 0-1.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Kicks and fires. Inside, just missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Struck him out looking. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Royce Lewis, the next to hit. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that misses off the outside edge. Two and 0 to count. Here it comes. Fastball gets the corner at the knees.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
2-2 now. Goes down looking.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
And now Byron Buxton. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And the righty deals. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
The 1-1.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
Just off the outside edge, and that's ball 2. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3. Twins are set down 1-2-3, and they're on the wrong end of a 7-4 score. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Garrett Acton.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's George Springer to start it off. And a pitch. Up the middle. That takes care of Springer. So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. And there's the strike. Acton in his rookie season He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a cutter, and he works in a two-seamer. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Larnach on the move. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And there's two away. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Pitch misses inside. Ball one. Kicks and deals. Pitch misses there. Now 2-0. Just off the inside edge. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. And that one fouled off. The pitch. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he earned his trip to first right there. It's not easy laying off pitches that just miss the zone like that. And it's a real discipline as well. He's put a lot of work into that aspect of his game, and it paid off right there.
Now, Kazuo Oka. First pitch, not close. Guerrero leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That misses the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. And another ball. That just missed. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
And next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. That misses, and it's 1-0. Two on, 2 outs.
2 balls, no strikes.
Well, that pitch not even close. A 2-0 count now. He can't be over aggressive. He's got to make sure that pitch is right on a tee for him.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. And that's a strike. Swings and misses. Couldn't catch up to the heater. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. Blue Jays 7 and the Twins 4. New pitcher now for the Jays, Tyler Rogers.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with a W.
And now for the Twins, Trevor Larnach. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And the 0-2. That one drifts inside. And now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And now the Twins catcher, Ryan Jeffers. And that's outside. The pitch. That misses, and now 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
2-0. And that one fouled off.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Next offering way off the plate. Check swing at a 3-2. Appeal down to first, and he held up just enough. That's ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And now it's going to be Josh Bell. The 0-1. Pounding ball here, rolls foul. Check swing, now an appeal to third. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Now it's the right fielder, James Outman. In there for strike 1. And a swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
That one out to right. Sanchez gets under it. That's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
This one finishes with a final of 7-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Blue Jays. For the Twins, 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They left 3 on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 25 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Gracias a todos los que me acompañaron hasta el final de este en vivo. Y bueno, mañana nos vemos a esta misma hora. Bueno, o puede ser que sea más temprano. Vamos a ver qué juego les traigo para el día de mañana. Pueda que sean 2 juegos. Este fue el último juego del día de hoy en la MLB. Por el día de hoy, jueves. Y bueno, mañana vendré con otro juego. Vamos a ver qué equipos les traigo para el día de mañana. Cuídense mucho y gracias por todo, mi gente.